Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS.
Tell me your favorite movie. Tell me your favorite food. I will try to make you smile when you're in a bad mood. I know you like tacos. I like tacos too. I wanna know everything about you. I know you made straight A's when you were in school, and I know inside and out you're so beautiful. I know you like tomatoes, I like tomatoes too, and I wanna know everything about you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you like the Beatles. I know you love Weird Al. I know life would be so great if you would be my gal. 'Cause I know you're amazing, everything you do. I wanna know everything. I will cherish everything. I wanna know everything about you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, that was Bryan Bielanski here on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. We have been enduring, of course, as usual, many technical difficulties to make this whole thing come together, but it looks like it's working now. So how about that?
All right. If at first you don't succeed,
Yeah.
you keep trying until you do succeed.
Yeah, that's how the old saying goes.
Yeah.
Feed it to the alligators.
I saw a gator for the first time in real life a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah? Out in the wild?
Yeah, out in Florida.
Word.
Yeah, I was camping on a night off and saw a gator in the river. Just his head though, and he was far away.
That would be cool. I'm always excited when I see a new species of animal or wildlife.
Oh, me too, 100%. I mean, yeah, totally.
That's one of the things that I love about fishing so much is, you get to see new species and stuff.
Yeah, I've been enjoying seeing your fishing posts there on the old social media.
Yeah, we just today and last night found a spot, Quartzville Creek, I think is where it's called. It's a couple of hours from where we're at right now. We're broadcasting, by the way, from Eugene, Oregon. It just so happened that his path and mine crossed, and here we are.
It was meant to be.
But this place that we just found was unlike anything I've ever seen. I mean, like every cast was a fish. If you were using spinners, you were catching like a fish just about every cast. It was ridiculous.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just see a place like that every day.
I haven't been fishing since I was like, I went fishing once when I was 8 years old, and that was my only experience. It's something I definitely like to take up.
Maybe next time you come through Utah, we'll have to go on an excursion.
You know, that'd be great, man, if you could teach me how to do it, because, you know, fishing, it's, I like fish. I like to eat fish.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. We just got done doing a deep sea fishing excursion, and I paid $100 to get skunked. If you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, it means you didn't catch any fucking fish.
Ah, gotcha. Skunked.
Yeah, so I paid $100 to go out on the ocean, and this is the third time I've done this. And I've gotten sick every time. And this time, I was told that you're supposed to chew ginger.
Ah.
And I took Dramamine.
Oh, there you go.
And that's supposed to be good for motion sickness. I took 6 of them. And I at least made it a little bit longer than usual. But I still wound up throwing up. And then just kept throwing up. And then kept fishing because I wasn't about to sit it out because I hadn't caught anything yet.
Right.
And I made it the whole way through and didn't catch a damn thing.
Wow, the old puking fish.
Yeah, I did everything that I was supposed to do and still wound up sick. And that's a disappointment to me because I don't want to be a landlubber. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go out on ships in the future and, you know, like maybe go after some even bigger fish. But I can't get on a fucking boat.
Did the Dramamine make you sleepy?
No, not at all.
Wow.
And I didn't trip off of it. I don't think I took enough. I understand if you take enough Dramamine, you can trip off of it.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
You never heard about that?
No, I'm probably kind of like nutmeg though. Maybe it's maybe shouldn't.
Have you done that?
No. I've heard of it.
Okay,
people take nutmeg and it produces psychoactive results.
I heard that too, and I tried it, and it was miserable. And
that's what I heard.
did not experience anything besides just gagging.
Yeah, I heard that it's not pleasant.
I've been through it all besides, like, well, I don't know, like, all the ghetto ways of trying to get fucking high.
You know...
And a lot of them don't work, and a lot of them do.
Right. I remember as a teenager doing the banana peel thing.
You did that too?
Yeah. It didn't work.
It did not work. No.
It did not. No.
And I hear that there's like a certain way you have to do it, but I don't believe it. Because everybody who I've heard, you're not the only person who I've heard who's fessed up to it. But yeah, it just doesn't work. There's another one, Morning Glory Seeds. You ever hear about that one?
I've heard of it, yes, yeah.
So me and my friend, we just went out into the garden and like, there's different types of Morning Glories, you know? And we thought we could just get the weeds that just grow like the vines through your garden and shit, and just dried it up and smoked it.
But it didn't produce
of course
the desired
not.
result. No, yeah.
We got nothing out of that, and of course we're like, this is back in the our young days where,
of course, yeah.
We're smoking out of like a ratchet pipe with a screen that I stole out of the sink.
Yeah.
Yep. See, he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been through it before.
The good old days. Yeah, I was, high school, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And you never did Dramamine.
No, I have taken it. I think it made me sleepy. I remember going to sleep. I think my first international trip where we took a ferry from Athens, Greece to Crete. Yeah, I think I took a Dramamine and fell asleep, but I think I had also had a few glasses of wine. So maybe the Dramamine and the wine put together made me sleepy.
You got to take a whole tube of the Dramamine.
Okay.
If you want the full effect, I understand. And I did take the full tube and didn't really do much for me. So, kids, if you're listening out there, don't fuck with Dramamine. It just isn't worth it. Unless you're taking it for its intended purposes, which for me, still, it didn't do anything. So, yeah, just don't do Dramamine, I guess. That's the moral of that story.
Indeed. Yeah.
Now, Coracidin, on the other hand... Take a whole box of that stuff, and Jesus Christ, you're within your body, but you feel as though you could stretch out like parts of your body. I don't know, like your atomic makeup is a little different.
Oh, okay. And what is this again?
Coracidin, cough and cold.
Ah,
that was the one I kind of preferred over all the other ghetto ways of getting fucked up. It was kind of psychedelic, kind of dissociative. And again, I'm not promoting the use of this or encouraging anybody to go out and do this who is listening right now. I'm just your old Unky Judas telling you some stories of the past experiences.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that goes without saying, right? I mean, and I'm Brian's Super Happy Fun Time. Of course, I don't advocate,
Yeah, he doesn't ever fuck around with that shit.
No.
He just kind of chuckles. Yeah, it's all about the Coracidin and the Benadryl.
Benadryl.
Or just huffing shit. Huffing, whatever's in your grandparents' garage. The whole shelf.
Paint, glue, yeah, all that.
Right. You get a rag and a bag, and whatever you can't huff in the bag, you huff through the rag. This is getting awkward, isn't it? Sorry.
No, not at all.
Brian has younger listeners, so I guess we should try and clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a family man. Maybe we should get to some more music, eh?
Sure, why not?
All right. Well, this is Bryan Bielanski here on KWJUDAS for, I think, what is it, the fourth time?
Yeah, and this is also, the exclusive listen to Brian's Super Happy Fun Time 4. So, as we're recording this tonight, the album isn't even technically out. So, it comes out September 8th. So, I'm not sure exactly when this episode will debut, but, it's an exclusive.
Hell yeah. Previously unreleased material here from Bryan Bielanski on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio.
It's gonna be so great. We'll go on the perfect date to the amusement park. Ride roller coasters till it's dark. When you took me to the zoo, that is when I fell for you. It feels so right, what a perfect night, so great. The perfect date, it's so great. The perfect date, it's so great. The perfect date with you. Now it's our second date. You better believe I won't be late. I'm coming to your house at 8. Playing chess till we checkmate. Tonight's the night, I think I'm ready to ask you to go steady. It feels so right, what a perfect night, so great. The perfect date, it's so great. The perfect date, it's so great. The perfect date with you. What a date. It's so great, the perfect date. It's so great, the perfect date with you. The perfect date with you. The perfect date with you.
Bryan Bielanski here on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And we were just talking about how much fun you've been having on tour, or rather, how much not fun you've been having on tour with a lot of cancellations and such.
Well, you know, what can you say? Sometimes that happens. A lot of venues don't realize that the word confirmed, the legal definition of confirmed, means making that which was voidable, binding, and unavoidable. So technically, when a venue sits here and says whatever, oh, sorry, my cat threw up, so you can't have a show tonight, or whatever.
Did you really get that excuse?
No, but they may as well. No, that one I actually made up. I mean, you know,
I was gonna say, God damn.
You know, you get this people like, oh, sorry to do this, but you know, it's like, well,
Spider-Man 5 just came out.
Not as sorry as I am, because I mean, what these people don't realize is, you know, my livelihood depends on this. A deal is a deal, and the thing is, it's sad because when that happens, what they're doing is illegal. Once the terminology confirmed is used in a written agreement, that means that it is it's unavoidable and binding. So of course they also know that I'm not gonna pay a lawyer like 10 times whatever I'd be making at the show to,
right,
you know, sue them. But I mean, theoretically it could. So maybe, you know, if I ever made it big and got rich, I'd go back to, you know, all these little clubs and, you know, that try to jerk me around. Cause like, you know, the super happy fun time is all about super happy fun, but you don't mess with the super happy fun time, man.
You don't mess with the super happy fun time.
If you're not with the super happy fun time, you're against the super happy fun time.
And we don't want to be against the super happy fun time.
No.
Bad things will happen.
Yeah. They might not happen today. They might not happen tomorrow. But super happy fun time never forgets. Never.
So when you get famous, you'll be able to come back and sue all these people that canceled on you.
When I'm 80 and I'm famous, I'll that's what I'll do with all my money. I'll just sue everybody and then
you make more money.
Well, yeah, because then I'll own the places, and then I'll turn them into a chain, kind of like McDonald's, but a little bit. Yeah, Brian's super happy fun world, and you know,
fun burger world.
Yeah, super happy fun time, super happy fun burger world. Yeah,
word.
Totally.
Do you have a fucking play place?
Yeah, you know, we'll have to see about that. I guess, you know, we'd probably want to attract, you know, families. So, you know, play places, though, I heard they're, like, dirty. Like, I heard, you know, like, kids pee in them and stuff.
Oh, gross.
So, I don't know. You know, of course, I guess I won't be the one operating them. I'll just be, like, you know, the owner and, like, franchise them out.
I think kids only pee in the ball pit, and that's why they got rid of all the ball pits.
I mean, yeah, because, you know, I guess they don't have those anymore, huh?
And because kids get lost in them and never come back.
Yeah, just like the metal playground stuff, too, how they had to get rid of that. Kids just ruin everything.
Oh, yeah, I can remember when I was a kid and I ruined everything.
I mean, not me, like, what, you know, like the merry-go-rounds, like, they don't have those anymore because I guess kids would, like, jump off when it was going full speed and, like, you know.
Yeah, but... Okay, so we were at a concert that was in a park last Sunday, and there was this thing that they had on the playground that I just saw some kids playing on, and I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like a circle that was like at a diagonal slant, and they were standing on it and spinning around. Standing on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this looks way less safe than the merry-go-rounds that we grew up with.
Yeah, and
the kids were totally having a fine time on it, like they weren't getting hurt. But as I was watching it, I was just like, this is way more recipe for a disaster than some of the shit I played on.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose, yeah, but we, I guess we should be considering ourselves lucky that we had all that good stuff to play on when we were kids, though. Merry-go-rounds.
Yeah, our playgrounds were definitely better than like the new plastic playgrounds.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why, but there was always a big net.
Yeah, there was.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I noticed now they also have like the fake concrete that's like foam rubber on the.
Oh yeah, I think that's just to be like.
In case kids
eco-friendly,
fall. Oh, I thought it was
just
like
finding a use for used tires.
And not here, I was thinking it was like a safety thing. If like kids fell down, that they wouldn't fall down on the hard concrete, and they.
Oh yeah, that too.
They fall down on the foam rubber.
That's also probably accurate. But also, somebody just thought, hey, here's a good use of all these fucking used up tires.
Yeah,
we'll just ground them up and make kids play on it.
Well, I tell you, and they have those adult playgrounds these days too. Like, so we're
adult playgrounds.
Oh yeah, they've got like like for adults, so you don't appear strange going to like a children's playground like in a park. It's
without having any kids.
Right, exactly.
No, I just like hanging out here.
You can't just do that. You're like,
no.
You can't just go play on the playground with the little kid.
Unless you're special.
Indeed, and there is that. But yeah, no, these adult playgrounds, I guess they have the giant ball pits because they don't have to worry about like adults
peeing in it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Or getting lost in it.
Right.
Are the balls bigger?
So I haven't actually been one. I guess, they may be, compensated for adult size. And then they got like trampolines and seen, it looks like something that I'd like to do if I ever had like a minute of free time one of these days. But,
Yeah, you don't ever get that doing what you do you?
Not really. It's funny. It's like we were saying the other day to somebody, it's like, well, we get to do all this fun stuff, and it is fun traveling. It's super happy fun time. I mean, no question. But
for sure.
There's also like the 8 hours a day in the library sending emails, and like or the 8-hour days like sitting in Panera Bread making phone calls to people, being like, "Hi, my name's Brian. I'm a musician interested in performing there." And you get click, you get laughed at, you get people being like, "Hey man, you can't be calling here like this," like.
Really?
Oh yeah. I get to hear it all. Some laughing. Yeah.
So people just treat you like a fucking telemarketer?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, for a while, people were accusing me of being a robot. Like they were like, I thought you were a robot. So I started being like, "Hi, my name's Brian." Like, sit there and clear my throat so they know that I'm actually. I guess the way I was doing it, my voice sounded so robotic that. So I was like, oh, maybe that's why some people have been hanging up on me. They thought I was a robot.
Wow. That's hilarious.
I mean, I just like to sound professional, but I didn't equate. I guess what in my mind sounded professional in other people's minds sounded like
robotic.
A robot, yeah.
And memorized.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I don't divulge from the script, It's like, "Hi, my name's Brian. I'm a musician interested in performing there."
When's the last time anybody ever got a telemarketing call like that, though?
Right. Or sometimes they think that they're like a magician. Like, no, musician.
You got my hopes up.
I've gotten tons of shows just calling places, because not a lot of people have the wherewithal to get on the phone and have people treat you like garbage for about an hour before you finally get somebody that says yes.
So it takes you how many calls that are a dud to get one that's good?
So with venues,
Like an average.
With venues, I think it was about 50 to 100. On a good day, maybe 50 before I got a yes. On a bad day, maybe 100 phone calls.
Really?
No kidding. Yeah.
God damn.
However, with the retirement communities that I've been playing at a lot lately, boy, that usually 10 minutes and I get at least one show.
So you do that a lot.
I've been doing it, quite a bit. For one thing, it's just it's a good thing. These are tough economic times that we're going through.
Indeed.
So a lot of venues have stopped doing music. A lot of venues only want to do music from locals because they'll invite their girlfriends and their coworkers to the shows.
Right.
Whereas me, I'm relying on social media, radio, TV, anything I can get. And that's a whole nother story, doing the same, spiel for media. Once you do those 100 calls to get the gig, then you do like another 100 emails to, try to get interviews and newspaper articles written and try to create like a buzz about the show. So, yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of time behind the scenes just that goes into one single show,
Yeah, people don't realize that.
It's but I mean, of course, it's a labor of love. It's super happy fun time, It's you can hear it in the songs we've been listening to. Of course, with this super happy fun time album, I did kind of branch out and do, I guess, some of the pressures and complexities that I deal with as being a touring musician, kind of shown through on some of the tracks. Maybe a couple of them here and there are just not as super happy fun as the previous super happy fun time. But I didn't want to appear one-dimensional forever, so that's why I had a couple more, I don't want to say somber, but, maybe just a little more thought-provoking or whatever you want to call it.
Well, let's listen to some of that then, shall we?
Absolutely. That sounds good.
All right. This is Bryan Bielanski here. Thank you all for listening on KWJUDAS Gumption City Radio.
Well, they made me pay the cover charge at my own show. your charms. You say you don't like boys anymore. Maybe I could change your mind, always and forevermore. Kristen, I told you, I'm so glad I know you. I can't wait to hold you in my arms. Don't know what you mean. I would never do you any harm. And now you're on a label, but I'm willing and able. You'd be happy with me, I'm so sure. You say you don't like boys anymore. My love to you, always and forevermore. Kristen, I told you, I'm so glad I know you. I can't wait to hold you in my arms. I will never be bored with your charms. You be happy with me, I'm so sure.
KWJUDAS, Gumption City Radio. This is Bryan Bielanski here. We have coming at you live in the studio from Eugene, Oregon. We're at my sister and brother-in-law's house. My sister Tirsa and brother-in-law Fart Eyes, who I love dearly. Mad props for letting me fucking hang out this last 2 weeks. I've had a blast here. How long have you been in Oregon? Just for the night?
I arrived in Oregon this morning. I played in Bainbridge Island, Washington last night.
Word.
And that was a 6-hour drive. I drove half the way last night, slept in the rest area. It's my modus operandi. And then I got up 6 o'clock in the morning this morning and drove the rest of the way. Spent some time at the Springfield Library on the way down to Oak Ridge. By the way, thank you to you and your sister and brother-in-law for coming to the show tonight in Oak Ridge. It was really, really good to see you all there. It's really, very kind of you.
That's a cool place.
I agree. First time that I'd ever been there, but hopefully they'll have me back on the next tour.
I've been there a couple of times, actually, and, I've only been to Oregon a few times, but, my sister and brother-in-law really like it's called the Three-Legged Crane, folks. If ever you're in Oak Ridge, Oregon, it's a fun little kind of hole in the wall. It's a pretty small place, but they have live music, I believe, every Saturday at least. And, they got good beers, and they have an on-tap kombucha that's delicious.
I almost got that, yeah.
It's $9. But I kind of just I don't. But still, it's on tap and it is delicious. And I think it's made from an Oregon local company, I believe.
Nice.
I could be wrong about that though.
Three-Legged Crane was an awesome place. A brand new city I'd never played in. Got the same thing going on tomorrow up in Gresham, at Spinella's.
Is that in Oregon too?
Oh yeah, Gresham. I guess it's close to Portland. It's like a suburb of Portland. It looked like.
Word.
And then Monday got of course this show's airing long after these shows are over. But Monday in Medford at the Rockaferry, which is a very cool place. They are one of those community music places that you can. Kind of like a library, but for musical instruments, kids can check out instruments and use them.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, they're great. They do a lot of great things for their community there with music, and it'll be my third time performing at the Rockaferry there in Medford. So things are going good down there, and
So that's 5 gigs in Oregon.
Actually,
or is that 4?
Three. Yeah, tonight. Tomorrow in Gresham, and then Monday in
Medford.
Word. Yeah, and then it's down to California for about a week and a half. I think I'm down there, and then heading back home because the summer tour is over before August. Later on in August, and then got the Super Happy Fun Time 4 album release going on my break in between the summer and the fall tours. It's trying to coordinate that release and everything. Got the big album release show at Tommy's Pub, my home venue in Charlotte.
Word.
Yeah, the only venue that'll have me in Charlotte.
I'm sure that there's somebody else that shows a little love.
Well, I guess I just haven't been trying hard enough to talk to the Charlotte folks. It's funny since I tour so much, people just and that's why I tour so much. You got to stay relevant with people. People just
keep it fresh.
Forget about who you are and stuff if you're not never show your face.
Right.
Also, I think a lot of what goes on is it's a lot of people getting drunk at places. So since they're spending all their money getting drunk, then they get all the gigs. That's something I kind of.
Speaking of getting drunk, there was that one guy at your show last night or tonight. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was really the one that was singing along, right?
Yeah.
He was cool.
Clapping and waving his arms around.
Well, I think he only had one drink.
I know. He wasn't drinking hardly any booze.
He was a cool guy.
He was just way into it.
I wish everybody would get that into it, man.
Hey, you got a couple of people getting up and moving around.
Yeah, no doubt. No, and it was great to have you guys there in the corner, my little cheering section. Sometimes, especially places I've never played before. It's my first time there, and you have no idea what it's gonna be like. Because I do everything from shopping centers to bowling alleys to video arcades. I actually wound up doing 2 video arcades back to back, 2 different cities.
Word. I've played one video arcade.
Which one?
They got a place in. Oh, you just played it.
That's yeah.
The DLC and quarters DLC.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. How did that show go?
It went good. Thank you for helping me with getting a lineup. I have never got a lineup with such ease. I
know that show came together real quick.
I appreciate it. Usually venues do that. It was when the guy's like, I need you to find a lineup. I'm like, okay, because thanks to you that happened really quickly. But there's been other cities where it's venues are try to find people. It's better when the venue finds the people, I think.
For sure.
I always thought that's kind of a cop-out, venues. And I don't understand why venues wouldn't want to have some kind of stake in making sure a night went well at their place. Cause,
right.
I've because sometimes people seem all right on paper, and then when you get to them in person, it's I've got some real interesting stories with all the,
Care to share one?
Well, there was one where Yeah, there was one where I had to build a lineup and got this group to play, and it was just the usual. One person like blackout drunk, and the rest of the band trying to like get them to not be blackout drunk, which is not something that you can actually do.
We had that problem on Halloween with another band.
Yeah, I mean,
anyways, yeah, keep going.
Spitting, I think, yelling at everybody, and this particular place probably like, I almost like. Needless to say, this particular venue did not ask me back or did not respond when I reached out to them to come back. So, but interestingly,
it's not like it was your fault.
And that's what I say. I'm like, well, venue, like, why didn't you just put the lineup together if you knew, like, I mean, like I said, these people seem cool on paper, but they were kind of psychotic not just the drunkenness too. They seemed like they were kind of. Like, there would have been some strange things going on, even if there was, like, stone cold sobriety. So, and this venue also, like, got mad at me because I asked for my bar percentage, too. Like, they thought that I was just, like, I'm like, yep, there it is in the agreement right there, bar percentage. And of course, the bar where the bands play only had, like, 3 or 4 drinks, so everybody was going upstairs to the other bar to get the drinks they wanted, and he's like, the bar percentage is just for the drinks down here, man. I'm like, well, that's fine, but I saw all those people go up there and order drinks upstairs. I mean, does that not, and then bring them back down here? So once again, just like
that's fucking stupid.
Just one little, I mean, and it's funny too, because like some weeks on tour, it seems like everything's going right. The gravy train is flowing, and the bank account's growing, and then all of a sudden you have one of those weeks where like, yeah, somebody looks at you like you're a jerk because you asked to got paid, even though you have it in your agreement, and what else?
Right.
You got blackout drunk, bands. That's why I mean, don't get me wrong though, and listen, I'm sitting here all this doom and gloom. You know what? I've been, that's the exception to the rule. I play with just like the bands that you got to be on the lineup. Super cool. I mean, and almost every single venue I play, it's like everybody's friendly, everybody's cool, things go off without a hitch. It's just funny, I guess. It's those like ones where things are weird are the ones that really stand out in my mind when it's not as doom and gloom as I'm making it out to be.
I don't think you're making it out to be that bad.
Well,
but
there is like annoying stuff like that, and other
right.
I guess that stuff's kind of more interesting than everything's going great, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if everything was just going great, we wouldn't have anything to talk about right now.
No doubt. So good thing that venue got weird with me because I asked to got paid.
They still paid you, right?
They did, yeah.
Well, that's good.
They did. But it's kind of sad when you have to coax it out of people.
Right.
And then I always love the whole, we're paying you with Venmo at the last minute. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I just would have liked to know that ahead of time. That's kind of, I mean, for me, it's like cash, check, or if the Venmo comes through like immediately.
Right.
I've actually still have like outstanding venues that I've had to like bug and email for like 8 weeks in a row before they finally coughed up the money they owed me.
Damn. Really?
Oh yeah. And then they got jerky with me, but eventually paid.
Wow, that's crazy. They probably just thought you'd give up or forget.
Oh, I think so, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of musicians that do. And that's what's really that's what's really sad though, is that they feel like it's just kind of bullying. I mean, it's like it's full on like those are the same kid. When they were kids, they were stealing kids' lunch money and like pushing little Johnny down and stealing his candy bar out of his paper bag lunch.
Picking on poor little Bryan, giving him wedgies and on the playground.
Well, I didn't take any crap as a kid, man. I'm telling you, I used to scrap, and being, the small stature that I am, I was usually the first person people would try to like monkey around with. So then I just have to, show them how it is.
Give them what for.
Yeah, I actually would have a lot of kids, bullies now, who were bullying me, and then I'd wind up like beating them up. And then, so there was almost a thing where I was a bully, because then these bullies would go home, tell their moms, Bryan beat me up, Bryan, it's like I was defending myself.
Right.
Or exacting revenge, or one of the two.
Right. Well, you know what I'm thinking?
Yes.
We were talking about that show that we just were at. I actually caught a video of it.
Yes.
And if those of you out there are watching on or listening on YouTube, then you can watch the video here with us. And if you're listening through Spotify or any of the other podcasting platforms, you can still watch this video on YouTube, because I'll publish it separately. If you want to get a taste of what it's like, the intensity, the full fury of Bryan Bielanski's Super Happy Fun Time live. Here it is, folks. Well, there's your video for the night, kids. We're probably going to do that in place of your Derpently because, well, my hands are tied, folks. And, I'm stuck here in Oregon. I don't have all of the means that it takes to create a Derpently commercial.
Judas, thank you again so much for doing this remote, the remote interview and here and doing the show here in Eugene. I really appreciate your continuing support, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you still wanting to do this, even though it's like 1:43 a.m.
Man, that's dedication, man.
Yes, on both of our parts.
No doubt.
It's because we do it for the people. We do it for the love, and we do it for SpaghettiOs.
And mac and cheese.
Which I'm probably going to enjoy some after this recording.
Man, I forgot my mac and cheese song tonight.
You have a mac and cheese song?
Yes.
Do we have it in the rotation here?
Sadly, no. It's not on Brian's. It's not on the brand new album that we've been listening to all night long. The Brian Super Happy Fun Time 4 album, which comes out September 8th and available on briansuperhappyfuntime.com.
That's right, kids. Everything that we have been listening to is previously unreleased and is going to be on the forthcoming album. Just curious, what's the difference between Brian Super Happy Time 1, 2, and 3? Like, what, if there are any differences, what would you say?
Well, 1 was definitely not as super happy fun. It was Brian Super Happy Fun Time 1 was kind of like more sarcastic.
Right.
There was a lot of dark stuff on that album. Luckily for me, I messed up with my rebranding from being a band to being a solo artist, so that Brian Super Happy Fun Time 1 is distributed on Apple, Spotify, all that stuff as my old band. So my first solo album,
Anguish?
Yeah.
Right.
So my first solo album is technically my band's last album, final album. But
Okay.
At least as far as Silicon Valley is concerned, and they're in charge of everything. So
Yeah.
they say it's a band album. I say it's a solo album. But then
Word.
and then 2 was a little bit more, started getting into the super happiness a little bit there, a little bit for real with Elf Girlfriend, and then it turned out that was the song that people liked, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the kind of stuff people like. I better double down on this. And Super Happy Fun Time 3 was, I feel like, the ultimate super happy commercial, accessible album. And then now 4 kind of going back to a little bit of the Super Happy 1, where there's a few maybe darker themes, but we don't live in a one-dimensional world. We live in a three-dimensional world. So I decided to have a few other emotions on the album showcased, as we've heard tonight through that three-piece in a row there. The songs there that are a little bit more depressing.
I like depressing shit, so it's all good.
Well, thanks. Yeah, and once again, like I said earlier in the show, it's like, I didn't want. Some people think come across one-dimensional,
Yeah.
And sometimes things get a little, for everybody has some problems sometimes, but that makes the Super Happy Fun Time seem all that much more super happy fun when you do have to go through some challenges and maybe, face the forces of darkness trying to come against you.
Right. You got to have the darkness in order to appreciate the light.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. One wouldn't exist without the other.
Word. Well, we're going to leave on that note with maybe a little bit of a brighter, shinier song. Hey, this is Bryan Bielanski here, KWJUDAS. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, Judas. It was a great time as always.
And thank you, kids, for sticking around and being a part of our little game. Stay tuned for next episode. Same KWJUDAS hour, same KWJUDAS channel. Have a pleasant tomorrow.
Thank God for tacos. Thank God for tacos. I really need some pico de gallo. A lot of pico de gallo and a lot of cheese. A lot of cheese. A lot of cheese. Gracias el Dio para tacos. Gracias el Dio para tacos. Yo necesito de pico de gallo. Mucho pico de gallo y mucho queso. Mucho queso. Mucho queso. one sitting. I want to see 9 in one sitting. I'm not saying that's a good idea. It's not a good idea, but it really happened, really happened, really happened. See 9 in one sitting. I want to see 9 in one sitting. Well, I'm not saying that's a good idea. It's not a good idea, but it really happened, really happened, really happened. Thank God for tacos. Thank God for tacos. Thank God for tacos. Thank God for tacos.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on yet another exciting and exclusive episode of KWJUDAS on Gumption City Radio. We now turn you back to our regularly scheduled Gumption City programming.